Alright, Gene, one last thing I think for videos. So I'm giving you, it's an old phone, don't worry, it's old, it's not junk, it works just fine, just no one uses it. But anyway, bear with me here. In your glove, or yeah, cup holder there, I'm gonna leave this little adapter. It's something to hook up to your truck. So if you put this side up, down, let's see here. That connector right there. Hook this up to it, which, sorry, you can't see it, but there you go. Hooked it up to that connector right there. See the little red light is on it. And you can do this while your truck is running or while your truck is off with just the key in the on position, doesn't matter. You know, here's this phone. Push the button and open it up here. It's gonna say SIM card because there's no SIM card in it. That's fine. Doesn't need one as long as just hook up the Wi-Fi at home and it'll get all the stuff. This code here, because I just needed this code of some sort, I just put a Z in it. You can change it later at your own desire, whatever. I created just an email address just to use. Doesn't mean there's an actual email address that goes with the account. But anyway, right here on this page, the whole purpose of this thing is that this is torque right there. So you hit that, and it does a wide variety of things. But first of all, up here, there we go. Once all four stop flashing, there we go. What it means now is that it's connected to the truck, and it shows right here, yep, it's 650 revs. There are a variety of uses for this. I only ever use, well, primarily, like 99.9% of the time, I use two things: real-time information and fault codes. Real-time information, where this is handy to you, okay, where it'll start out with, and you don't need to use this often, just kind of whenever you feel like checking stuff out and seeing how things are working. But right there, that's your battery voltage. So you get 14.1, 14.2 volts. Perfect. It'll fluctuate a little bit here and there, of course. The next one over, what that is, that's the voltage that your fuel injector computer is seeing. If that's ever vastly different, like we're talking like 2 or 3 volts different than the battery, then there's something wrong. Far right, 48, that is the voltage that your injectors are seeing. And it should be anywhere from 45 to 49. Anything below 45, that's bad. That means that your computer is going to be kicking the bucket one of these days soon. Anything over than 50, 51, it's going to fry your computer eventually too. But hopefully you don't have to worry about it. As long as you're keeping your batteries good, that should be good too. Down here is your coolant and oil temperatures. When you're running like up the hills and the mountains at low speeds, your oil temperature is going to be high. That's normal. It'll cause your cooling fan to kick on. Okay, but the way what they do to test it basically is when you're on the interstate at 60 miles an hour, yes, 60, fully warmed up, those two numbers should be within 15 degrees. I just did a check on yours. Yours, after I cleaned the cooling system, you're at 7 degrees. You're perfect, so you're good. Oil temperature will be hotter, by the way. Down there, that's your map pressure or your boost. It's a little different than what the gauge here says, because that's working off of different numbers, but they're within 2 psi. But really, this is the main one that you ever look at. However, if you ever want to get crazy, scroll it over. First of all, That one, nothing that means anything to you really, but that tells you what your turbo is doing. Right now, it's just sitting there at 70%. When you change the throttle, it'll lower that number usually to compensate. That's your transmission fluid temperature. Should never go above about 180, 185 under normal use. Going up the mountains, I might go a little higher. These two numbers, what those are interesting, that's telling you the health of your fuel injector system, not the computer, but the oil pump. Right now it's perfect. I mean, these numbers are gorgeous. Your PSI can go up to 4,000. Your IPR can go up to 75. If you ever see a problem with, like, you're going up a hill, you're giving it more throttle, but you're not really going much faster, come in and check these things out. If you see the IPR number changing significantly, but the HPOP on the left is not, that means there's a leak in there somewhere. Let me know. Okay, anyway, to get out of this, just push the back button. Brings you back to this page. Next up is fault codes. Push the fault codes. Tap here to scan. So you tap and scan. A P1000 is normal. Basically, that means it didn't get to finish scanning through certain things. I've always gotten one. Up there at the top it says scanning still, so you shouldn't have any because I just cleared it out. Whenever you're done scanning, click the little 3 dots in the top and gives you options, but realistically, if you're done watching, let me back up. Sorry, let me go back up. Okay. So it says tap for multiple descriptions. If you tap it, it'll bring you to the internet, and if you're connected to your Wi-Fi, of course, and it'll tell you what they should be. What I also like to do is I'll write them down and look it up myself manually, because this doesn't always look it up in the right spot. Another alternative, write them down, fax them to me, not fax them, yeah, email them to me, I'll look them up for you. Once you're done though, clear them out. To do that, type the 3 dots at the corner, clear faults on ECU. It'll basically ask you, do you really want to do this? Hit OK. It'll clear fault codes, and you're done. Go back. There are a couple other things in here, like map view. It'll basically show you where you've been. Yeah. Test results. That doesn't work on this thing. Graphing. Who cares? Yeah, I went in. Yeah, don't worry about anything else. Just leave it there. And this does have a charger with it. Plugs into that. Just like your phone, really. I mean, if you leave it plugged in, it'll always be there. Some people will actually put it over on the real-time info. They'll turn it sideways. And, well, I guess using this thing, they'll mount it to that, and then you got a full suite of things. You can see all these different stuff. If you do choose that, cool. If you want to change things around, it's real easy. Push and hold. Say add display. What kind of display do you want to add? Let me rotate this thing. There you go. What kind of display do you want to add? There's graphs. There's dials and needles, half needles. I mean, you name it. I just usually use the digital display. And anything that shows me green is available. And you can scroll, there's a buttload of them. Typically I use the stuff that's the Ford stuff. That's a Ford specific. You can see certain things there. Hey, look at that. It even tells you how fast your cooling fan is spinning. Your pulse width, your fuel level, all sorts of stuff. Like, so, okay, there we go, cool. Say you wanted to add the intake air manifold temperature sensor. That's the temperature inside your intake manifold. Just push that one. The size. These sizes here are small. Tiny, pretty small. Medium is big. You don't want to go any bigger than medium. But go small. Just grab it and drag it to wherever you want it. If you want to move it, tap it and hold it. Move display, so on and so forth. You want to get rid of it, delete it. If you want to move these guys around, you can basically move display and kind of like put it like halfway like that, and then you move it the rest of the way over. I'll put it back for now. Okay. Let's go back over here. To close it out, that little gear symbol in the corner, push that, hit quit, and it clears it out. When you're done, don't forget you've got your adapter down there. If you leave it plugged in, it does suck power. It's pretty easy to get out, just gonna wiggle it and pull. And oh, final thing. You probably know this, you have an oil leak. You can see that there underneath it. That's I'm not sure where it's coming from, let's put it that way. I checked all over. I also resealed one of your valve covers because that one had a leak on it. That took care of some of your problems, but the rest of that stuff, yeah. So make sure you're always keeping an eye on your oil level. Quite possibly it might be a rear main seal. It might also be a bed plate seal, or it could be the rear torsion plate seal. There's a bunch of seals on these damn things. It's hard to tell. But if you just keep your oil up, I mean, it's diesel's leak, mine leaks, I just keep my oil level up. So yeah, I can't think of anything else to talk about here. So that box right there, that's the box for your charger, so that way you can, you know, get the warranty registration stuff and register it for the warranty. So okay, I'm out. Talk to you later.